Cool, I'm live.
Moo.
What? All right. I will now be waiting on the race to start. Well, welcome everybody to another edition of the AIR Racing League. Getting ready to come to you from Autoclub. Saw a terrific race last Monday, and we're about to see another one today as I get back to where I was. We're going to take a look at the standings here with Sir Gillian's currently sitting atop the standings with Mudweiser in second, Bullseye third, HMBR Outlaw in fourth, Stanklord in fifth, and Cyclinical Door. Am I on the right one? Yeah, we're just waiting on the leagues to start right now. Got a big field tonight. 12 drivers in the field for what will be an awesome race tonight at Autoclub. We saw last week Mudweiser got the win. So Mudweiser looking to capitalize off of a strong win at Las Vegas. And JFK's Cranium, who got the win at Daytona. So sorry, I was looking at the wrong standings. But JFK's Cranium and Mudweiser, two drivers with a win. I see that we're joining the lobby. So we will be looking to join in right now. What a race we're about to see. Looking like the full distance, or not the full distance, but the full quarter distance, or half distance. With this amount of drivers, we expect to see a lot of good racing. Autoclub, another one of those drafting style tracks. So it'll be interesting to see how these guys all work around that. Down the straightaways is definitely where you're going to be seeing these guys go side by side and two by two. But here we are, green flag. Bullseye 127K will lead him to the green in the one. JRC Indy, after starting in second, not really getting that high line working the way he wanted to. Will drop it back to about third. Here comes the 19 of Sir Gillian's going to make the dive bomb to try and take the lead. Not going to work. The one trying to do the same thing. They're going to be side by side. Sir Gillian's going to cut through the grass. That might be enough to give the one car the lead, and it does. 3 wide behind him. Oh, the 2 into the 3. They go below the track. The 42. The 3 comes up into traffic. About a 4-car incident here. Oh, my. Are we going to see a self-police caution? I don't know. The yellow has not come out yet. So it's going to be a race to the line, yellow. And there it is. The first yellow of the day with a big calamity that we saw. The 2 trying to go 3 wide, ended up getting clipped, trying to clear himself, and that stacked everyone up behind him. Shot cars below the apron, back up into oncoming traffic, and the first yellow. Now out is JFK's Cranium, the Daytona winner. Has had such a strong run here to the start of the season. Now has found himself with some heavy front end damage, as we have a newcomer, the 42 of Zach 38895, new to the league. Yokeman now making a return. He's an off and on guy here in the league. Big Dog Turner in the 95, also another newcomer, or at least to me he is. Right now it'll be the 24. Excuse me. I'll be Indy leading Sir Gillian's, and the 88. That is JE Racing. Had a strong end to last year. Had a couple of good top 5 finishes. Looking to see if he can continue that momentum going into this season. Now we come for the first pit stops of the race. We'll see who can win the race off of pit road here under yellow. We'll go to the one of Bullseye and see where he can stack up. 95 comes out first from the back to the front. 1 losing a couple of spots. The 9 jumps ahead. That is Tristan Dobbs. And the 12 of Mudweiser comes out in 5th. But Big Dog Turner gonna lead him to the green off of what I could only assume was a 2-tire stop. As he was off in the back of the field, and now all of a sudden he's out here leading. Right now we're listening to the radios, all the drivers getting reset. So it'll be the 95. Big Dog Turner, JE Racing will be to his outside. Sir Gillian's will line up in 4th. Indy will line up in 3rd. And here we go, getting ready to come to the Geico restart zone. All right, I thought we'd be going to green right there, but I guess. Oh, we are going to green. Some slow starts, some miscommunications between drivers and spotters, but we're back green again. Big Dog Turner and JE Racing side by side down the backstretch for the lead. But look at what the outside run can do. He has no help on the bottom. Checks up into Indy. The 19 is Sir Gillian's. Losing track position after getting loose on the high line, and now Big Dog Turner starting to get sandwiched through the field. He's going to fall all the way back to the back of this train. And to the back of this lead package, JE Racing has himself about a 2-car length lead out here in the front with that one, a Bullseye, the black one, riding right on his bumper. We saw Bullseye have some good runs this season. Had a really good run last week. He was running inside the top 5 for a good portion of that race. Looking like a contender to potentially win the race at Las Vegas, but had some issues near the end that took him out of the running. And here we see him now fighting for the lead again. To the inside of JE, not clear yet. They both check up. That's going to allow the 24 to come into this battle. Now Indy to the inside. We see Mudweiser and Tristan Dobbs behind those two as well inside the top 5. The 24 looking to get side by side with the 1, and he is. Look at the inside being able to flex its muscle. The 1 getting into the wall that's going to allow the 24 to come up and clear himself to take the lead, but the 12 of Mudweiser looking to do the same thing on the bottom, but overshoots the entry. Can he regather it? Oh, the 1! Oh, another yellow! Or potential yellow. Huge crash! 6 cars, I believe, involved in that one. And that is the yellow. 2 yellows here in the early going. Huge crash that it took out. Let's see, where did JFK's cranium? It does look like he was again involved in that. Your season opener winner involved in yet another crash. And we see that the 95 once again will lead him to green. Hopefully this time it goes a little bit better than the last, and it does. We're back green again at Auto Club. Can Big Dog Turner have a better start to this stage, or a better start to this restart, sorry, than he did the last one? Gets a little squirrely going into turn 1. That's going to kill his momentum and give Mudweiser the lead going into turn number 2. And the 95 now starting to drop again, and now the 1 finds himself back up near the front. Oh, we have a spin! In the back, the 53 of Yokeman, the 19 of Sir Killians, and the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. Tristan Dobbs just had to hit the brakes to avoid the spinning cars in front of him, but it looks like he keeps it going, and it looks, his car looks pretty clean. Now we see Mudweiser still out front here, but he's got the 1, a bullseye, right on his bumper. These two are starting to break away to some kind of a lead right now. Here he comes with a run to the outside, the 1, a bullseye. What an action-packed stage 1 we've seen. Cars getting loose, getting sideways. Wrecking and Calamity. Bullseye gonna drop the nose underneath the 12 of Mudweiser, but he stays behind him. We have 16 laps to go. You see in the back there the 3 of Tristan Dobbs, or JFK's cranium, sorry. Excuse me. Now moving past the 42 to gain another spot. Now sitting in the 6th position, looking to get past the 8. That would be Boss of the Sauce. But we see him have a little trouble getting into turns 1 and 2, and that gives the 42 the position again, move him back to 7th. Now we check up on the leaders. We see that the 2 cars behind the 1 and the 12, which would be the 2, and I believe that is the 88. J Racing and Racing Freak looking to join this battle for the lead here. That just doesn't seem to end. Right now we have 15 laps to go. Sorry, 14 laps to go. So now the battle for the lead tightening up, but they're 3 wide behind them. The 42 and the 9. The 42 of Zach starting to move his way into the top 5. They're struggling a little bit, getting caught in that first caution. Found himself in the back. Now has worked his way into the top 5. But here comes the 9 of Tristan Dobbs looking to the inside. Doesn't have enough of a run to get there. He will drop back into line. And Zach will hold on to that top 5 spot, but that will not come without another charge from the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. Just doesn't have the exit speed. He beats him on entry. But Zach has the exit speed to keep the 9 at bay. Because I believe that is Sir Gillians. I want to say that is Sir Gillians who rejoins the lead pack now. And the 8, I believe that is. It is the 8 of Boss of the Sauce. But what a drive back by Sir Gillians. That 19 definitely has the speed to contend today as to whether or not he can keep his nose clean and out of trouble. But Boss of the Sauce right now riding in about that 8th position as the 88 seems to be losing touch with our leaders here. A couple of cars we just saw getting loose. Heavily loose out of turn number 2 and finding themselves below that apron and into that infield pavement. But we'll have to wait and see if there are any other challenges. The 2 now finds himself in the 2nd. That will be Racing Freak riding that beautiful Americana Miller light scheme this week. Right now, everybody seems to be about straightened out. The battling seems to have calmed down. We'll look a little farther in the pack here. As I'd say, that's Sir Gillians. Oh, what's going on with the 3 of JFK's cranium? Oh, no. Unfortunate circumstances for the 3. We move up to the battle with the 42 and the 19. This is for 5th. Zach and Sir Gillians in a tussle right now, but Sir Gillians trying to make his way back up. Oh, we're doing green flag pit stops right now. These guys unable to make it to the end of this stage. So we just saw the 3 come out, not really have the exit that you want, but hey, it's still early. If you're going to have the mistakes, definitely have them early. But Zach now coming in to serve his green. We see Yokeman now coming down. Will he fix the damage or leave it for the end of the stage to fix? Big Dog Turner, we saw him make his way down, but the leaders right now continue to stay out while others will continue to shuffle down pit road. Right now, it looks like the 2 really starting to close in on the 12 of Mudweiser. Right now there's 7 laps to go. From what I think I just saw, it's about 4 laps of fuel these cars have left. Oh, JRC Indy got too much into turn 2. Collects himself into the outside wall. He goes below that single yellow or single white line. But now look at this, a battle for the lead. The 2 of Racing Freak to the inside of the 12 of Mudweiser. Mudweiser able to use the outside momentum to clear himself with the 2 and hold on to the racing lead. But that 2 is starting to really look racy here late in the going. Stage number 1 as now Sir Gillian seems to be making his way down pit road. I believe that's the 88 making Message known that he's coming down this time, and the Ada boss at the sauce comes down with him. Because now the leader, Mudweiser, will make his way down pit road. Bullseye and Racing Freak, stay out. JRC Indy, that was the other car who made his way down pit road, had a little bit of shenanigans, and Calamity had a turn 2. So he'll be a little bit behind the 8-ball, but Sir Gillian's now out of the pits. Potentially going fuel only. It looks like he fixed some of that front end damage he sustained from getting involved in that last wreck. That did not bring out the yellow. Right now, trying to figure out who is the leader is proving to be interesting, but the 2 and the 1 continue to stay out. So it is the 2 of Racing Freak. Right now, your race leader. And the 1 trailing behind. Right now, about 4 laps to go here in stage number 1. When will these 2 come down to make their green flag stops? That would be now. Here they come, the 2 leaders. Forego the lead. Potentially make their green flag pit stops here. Now the question is, who takes over the lead spot? Gotta think the rest of these drivers are probably at least a lap down. So now everybody gets their lap back. We'll ride on with the 12 of Mudweiser, who might be the one that takes over the race lead. Oh, as now we see Racing Freak come out. I believe he is still your race leader. It looks like he just chose fuel only. He's going to risk the tires with now just 2 laps to go, I want to say. But Racing Freak now staying your race leader. But on old tires, he did not get 2 tires or nothing. Just went with fuel only to keep the lead and potentially win himself a stage. A gutsy call. We'll have to wait and see if that pays off. Everybody else seems to be on the lead lap still, or it seems to have gotten their lap back. Right now, should be coming to the white flag, this time by the 2 of Racing Freak. This is the white flag lap, 1 to go here in stage 1. Can the tires on the 2 hold up and make it all the way back around one more time? This will be the gutsiest call I've seen in a minute. If this pays off, all the drivers going to be keeping their eyes on this strategy that the 2 is running to see if it could benefit them at the end of stage 2 and potentially the end of the race itself. But here he comes out of turn 4 through the tri-oval. Racing Freak is your stage 1 winner. And we will get the full grid rundown of the top 5 here in stage number 1. Right now it's Sir Gillian's rounds out the top 5. Bullseye will finish in 4th. BDRJE Racing will come through in 3rd. 2nd is still unknown at this time. No, it was Mudweiser. Mudweiser finishes 2nd. I should have been able to guess that, but What a job by the 2 to get himself that track, keep that track position at the end to hold on to the race lead. The one of Bullseye came through in second. He came out of those green flag pit stops in 4th to finish the stage. Varying strategies playing a big role in this. You expect everybody to come down, top it off in fuel, get the 4 fresh Goodyears. And we expect to see him go back to green here. And the green flag is back out for the 2 of Racing Freak with the 12 of Mudweiser to his outside. The 88 JE Racing on the inside of the 1. To the outside as well, that 1 of Bullseye. Everybody keeping it pretty much together as they run. But now it's 3 wide for the lead. The 88 lets off just enough to get the 2 back in front of him, but not lose a whole lot of time. This is probably the cleanest restart we've seen yet. Of course, I'm knocking on all the wood that's around me right now that stays that way. But what a battle for the lead we have. The 12 of Mudweiser and the 2 of Racing Freak. We see the 1 get loose out of 2. He goes below the white. Comes back up, rejoins the circuit with no calamity to speak of. And now the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. We haven't really said his name a whole lot today. Works his way back into the top 5 and is now fighting with the leaders. The 2 and the 88, they're working so well on the bottom to try and get ahead of the 12 of Mudweiser. As they continue to run. No, neck and neck. Down the backstretch. The 9 of Tristan Dobbs now finds himself in the 4th spot on the high side of the 88 of JE. And now we see JE try to go 3 wide. It's now 3 cars in a dead heat for the lead. The 12 with the help. The 88 with the inside run. Now 3 wide for second is the 12. Clears them all and takes back the race lead. The 2 will drop to P3 with the 24 to his inside. Now as everybody starts to fan out, gets single file here. Like I said, this is good to see from JE. Had a lot of good top 5 finishes last season, but this is probably one of the better runs I've seen out of this 88. Now as he's beating on the back of the 12 of Mudweiser, looking to see if he can get a run to potentially take the lead. We see him take a couple of shots at it, but nothing able to stick. Is now the 19 of Sir Gillians enters the chat and is now in 3rd. Clears the 3 wide racing with the 2. Oh, and the 88 gets loose, allowing the 19 of Sir Gillians to the inside. Now he's there to the inside of Mudweiser, fighting for the race lead. And the 88 elects to go with him, helps him through the corners, leaves the 12 all by himself. Goes back up and gets behind the 12. I think the 88 just wants to go with whoever's fastest. The only problem is these 2 are pretty equal on speed. But we love the scheme of the 99 of Sir Gillians. That black Bass Pro Shop Toyota looks absolutely mint. And in the sunshine of Auto Club, it's an absolute showstopper. What racing we've seen here at Auto Club today. as these guys are going side by side for what has to be a full lap already. Nobody giving an inch. Oh, the 19 runs the 12 up. Tries to get him loose through the corner to see if he can clear him. But nothing doing there. They stay side by side for yet another lap. But now the 2 of Racing Freak clears the 19 and himself potentially from the 12. 19 comes up in front of Mudweiser. And now the 2 looks to go to the inside of the 19. And now here comes the 88 of JE. We're 3 wide for the lead again. The 2 looking to split the difference and cut through the middle of these 2. The 19 goes all the way up to the wall. The 2 to the middle. What a race we have here today. And this is the best part about Autoclub too. It's that it is about a 5-groove track. There's so many lines to use, and we see these guys using just about all of them. Ooh, the 88 comes up quick. Gets into the 2. Slows them both down, and that allows Sir Gillians to break out to the race lead. I have no idea what lap we're on. I have been glued to the action and the fighting for the lead. Ooh, the 9 of Tristan Dobbs gets loose out of 4, goes into the grass. He'll lose a couple of spots here. But 18 to go. It's how many laps are left in stage 1. Here comes the 2. Racing Freak now to the back bumper of the 19. These 2 now starting to break away from the rest of the field. As everybody else continues to fight for position, but here comes the 12 of Mudweiser. Everybody going single file will allow them to close back into this lead fight. And now you see it as they go single file. The 12 of Mudweiser closing in. The 2 gets loose. Here comes the 12. And look behind them. It is the 1. Bullseye looks to try to put himself back into second. But now it's the 2 and the 12 going side by side. And that is exactly what the 19 of Sir Gillians would like to see. Because that would just allow that lead to grow farther and farther. But with the help of the 1, the 2 clears the 12. And Bullseye will gladly go with him. Moves himself up another spot. Oh, comes down early. Tries to clear himself with the 12. He was not. Cuts across the nose. Does the 1. That loses the 12 a spot to the 88 of JE. Now the 1 going to cut below the apron. Try and get as much turn into the car. We see this in real life. They cut below the apron. Get a little bit of extra turn to help clear themselves of someone on the outside. They make contact into 1. Now 3 wide for third. Here comes the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. And he will now clear himself. And he will now be the sole holder of the 3rd position. Oh, and we got to wreck the 1. Bullseye. Caught spinning again, the 24 of Indy. Will this be enough for a yellow? Yes! Another yellow here at Autoclub. A huge crash for the 1 of Bullseye. Look at how bent up that front bumper is. Straight into the outside wall, it looks like, with the nose. And that will take some time on pit road to fix. JRC Indy also involved. All right, and apparently listening to the stewards, if you will, doing a mandatory pit stop. Here with about 14 laps to go. We're going to be 13 once they get done these pit stops. But this has been an absolute action-packed day of racing at Autoclub. Now we'll wait to see who will be victorious off the pit road under this caution. Probably won't see drivers go fuel only here. And as I say that, that is exactly what the 95 does. He goes fuel only. The 2 will win the race off of pit road of those who took tires. The 19 of Sir Gillian's will restart in 3rd. But you gotta think the rest of this field might make some quick work on the 95 on those old scuffs, even if the other drivers took 2 tires. Might have the better outcome. We saw Sir Gillian's make a late charge at the end of stage 1. Excuse me. Saw Sir Gillian's make that late charge at the end of stage 1, closing up as fast as you would think with those fresh tires over the 2's old scuffs. No, it appears the 95 is doing a pass around to get his lap back. He was a lap down car and he gets the wave around, is now back on the lead lap. All right, so it is the 2 of Racing Freak and the 19 of Sir Gillian's who will be going on the restart. And we are back under green. The 2 of Racing Freak will lead him to it. What can the 19 of Tristan Dobbs do with 12 laps to go? But look at the 19 of Sir Gillian's do, but the 9 of Tristan Dobbs now is in the hunt for the lead. The driver we saw a lot of around the lead spot last season. And look at this. The 2 of Racing Freak, Tristan Dobbs and the 9. The 19 of Sir Gillian's and the 12 of Mudwise are your top 4. These are potentially the drivers we could see vying for wins all through this season. But look at Sir Gillian's, now gets around the 9, but look at the entry the 9 gets. Now he's going to cut to the inside of the 19 of Sir Gillian's and go back side by side. And now the 9 underneath that 2 of Racing Freak, and now he's looking for the race lead. Looking at the roof cam, we'll see what the outside momentum can do here out of 4. Not a whole lot. Gets him about a car length with the help of the 19 as well. And now as they come out of 2, move the 9 of Tristan Dobbs has made his way to the lead. What can the 2 of Racing Freak do now in the 2nd position? Now it looks like we are side by side for that race lead. The 2 now looking to see if he can clear the 9. The 9 overcooks it, has to let off. And that'll give the 2 of Racing Freak the lead again. The 19 of Sir Gillian's looking to see if he can clear the 9 as well on the inside. Now the 12 looking to go with him. The 19 clear. And it's looking like the 2 and the 19 locking it up here with 8 laps to go. Lock-in bumpers. They are tandem racing right now. As I say that, the 19 comes unglued and is now going to jump to the outside with a run and look to clear himself with the 2 to take the lead. Ooh, contact into 3. Saw everything but the tire smoke on that one. Contact through the tri-oval. And it's looking like the 2 might still be able to clear, but not quite yet. The 19 not done. And now move the 19 at Gillian's back to P1. Now we'll be looking to do a crank it up here in stage 2. Now, the battle for second between the 2 and the 12. Racing Freak going to lose out in that fight to Mudweiser. Mudweiser looking to see if he can be the first one to go back-to-back this season. Not only win 2 races, but win them in consecutive order. Right now running in that second position. Still early to make those kinds of calls. Right now, we have about 4 laps to go in stage 2. The 2 and the 12 making contact. Here comes the 9. Tristan Dobbs surges to 3rd. Cuts in front of the 2. Now going to see what we can do with the 9. And look behind these guys. Look at that bent up nose on the 1 of Bullseye. But yet again finds himself in the top 5. Not quite as near to the leaders as he would like. Right now with 3 laps to go, can he make a run to potentially get to about 4th or 3rd? Sir Gillian's, though, starting to break away from the 3 behind him. As the 9 thinks he has the faster car, going to the inside of Mudweiser. The 2 gonna look to split the difference again, potentially. He's looking middle. 12 comes down and gets in front of the 9. Now it's a battle between Racing Freak and Tristan Dobbs on who will be in that 3rd spot. Right now the 12 of Mudweiser trying to close that gap on our leader, Sir Gillian's. They come to about 2 to go, this time by Does the 12 have anything for the 19 to potentially snag that stage win? The 2 and the 9 continue to go at it for position number 3. And the 12 closes in a little bit to turns 1 and 2. What will he be able to do on the backstretch? The 19 going to cut the draft. Go to the bottom, comes back up. Sets himself into turns 3 and 4. And out of turn 4, I don't think the 12 has enough to it. He does not. It will be the 19 of Sir Gillian's winning stage number 2. The 12 of Mudweiser will finish second. The 2 of Racing Freak in third. The 9 of Tristan Dobbs will finish in fourth. And the 1 of Bullseye will round out your top 5 through stage 1. Now as we wait to see what these drivers will do, this is going to be the final stage. One more to settle them all. We've seen the speed out of Sir Gillian's. We've seen the fight out of all the top 5 of Mudweiser, Racing Freak, Tristan Dobbs, and Bullseye. We've even seen it out of JE. He just lost that lead draft a little bit. But now the 19 of Sir Gillian's will lead him back to green. The 12 of Mudweiser to the outside. And second, but here comes the 9 of Tristan Dobbs, looking to see who he's going to help or if he'll just help himself. Right now, that inside line just seems to be the preferred line on these restarts. The 19 leaves a little bit of bottom open, and here comes Tristan Dobbs in the 9. Oh, the 19 slips through turns into turn 3. He's going to lose a handful of spots here. He could see himself fall about 4 to 5 spots as now here comes the 24 of JRC Indy. Now 3 wide. Now everything settles back in, but look at the 1 of Bullseye. Now moves himself up into second. Now fighting with the 12. The Mudweiser, Sir Gillian's looks to dive it to the inside to try and take the position away from the 12. Move himself back up to P3. But now they're 3 wide. 3 wide for third, or at least it was. Sir Gillian's able to clear himself. He's back into the 3rd position. Now looks to do the same thing to the 1. Ooh, slides up the track, has to let off. The 24 and the 12 able to keep on. Oh, but the 1 into the wall. Bullseye cooks it into turn 2. Scrapes the wall on exit and almost causes a wreck, but everybody stays straight. Stays going. The 19 of Sir Gillian's. Now to the inside of the 1 of Bullseye. Trying to put himself back into the 2nd position. Not quite clear yet. Still has to clear the nose of the 1. But right now, back side by side. Through turns 1 and 2. Now on exit. Able to clear him as the 1 cooks the exit again. Gets into the outside wall. Here comes the 24 JRC Indy now into 3rd. And look at this. Sir Gillian's has been in about every position in this race. Now wants to be back in the lead. Side by side with the 9. And looking like he will clear him. Will clear him into turn 1. And the 19 of Sir Gillian's finds himself back into the lead. Now as everybody goes single file here throughout the whole field, we have about 34 laps to go here in this race. Now 33. So we will see green flag pit stops in this home stretch. Will we see any under yellow? We've seen about 4 or 5 cautions, not including the stage breaks, in this race alone. But look at this run by the 19 of Sir Gillians. Just has him cleared by a mile, but a push from the 12 gets the 9 just a little bit closer. As the 8 takes a spin. We go looking through the field. The 8 has spun on the backstretch. Single car. We do not expect to see a yellow. Oh, we do. That does bring out the yellow. The 8 of Boss of the Sauce having some problems on the backstretch. Probably got loose at a 2. And then just spun it on the correction. One of the stories we talked about early is seeing what the 3 of JFK's Cranium would do, being the Daytona winner. Right now, hasn't been able to find the speed in that 3 that we were expecting to see. We saw a good bit of it last week at Las Vegas, but it has not translated to Autoclub this week. But here we go, another yellow flag pit stop for these drivers. As we should go green with about 30 to go. Now what will we see at the end of these green flag stops? Or yellow flag stops, sorry. Here comes the 19. He will stay as your race leader. The 9 but Tristan Dobbs will stay in P2. JRC Indy P3. 4th will be Mudweiser. 5th will be Racing Freak. That will be your top 5 off of pit road. Stays about relatively the same here. But the 3 able to move up a couple of spots. I think he beat out the 42. So that's the spot on pit road. That is definitely good to hear. We'll start right on the bumper of Tristan Dobbs so we can hear them go back to green. You can hear the roaring of the engines as they light it back up again. So here we are. We're coming out of turn number 4. Into the Geico restart zone. It's going to be those 2 lines you see on the wall. Green flag, back out. Look at these drivers already fanning out. 4 lanes, 5 lanes, using every lane, 3 wide for the lead. But Tristan Dobbs will clearly be able to take it over. As look at the 88 of JRC, or JE. I was getting the drivers mixed up again. JRC Indy, though, fighting in that third spot. JE Racing. Gonna shoot to the inside and see if he can clear the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. 9 gets a little bit wide at a 2, but that is actually beneficial, able to clear the 88. Now here comes the 24 at JRC Indy. And look at the 19 of Sir Gillian's back here, now fighting to stay just inside the top 5. The 12 and the 2 are also back here. Not the best of restarts. Look at the 88, now going to dive it into 1. Runs up the racetrack into the 9. JRC Indy now going to split the difference. They make contact. JE able to save it. He comes back onto the track. Now, we stay under green. Everybody able to get back going again. JE works his way up. I was unaware if we were going to go to a caution or not, so I was listening to race control on what we were going to do, and that will be to stay green. The 1 gets loose out of 2, goes below the white. He comes back up. And the fight for the lead as Mudweiser has worked himself back into second. And is now fighting Tristan Dobbs for that race lead. As here comes the 19 of Sir Gillian's. Excuse me, and the 2 of Racing Freak. And nobody's going to go with the 9 of Tristan Dobbs. Sir Gillian's chooses to go with Mudweiser, and that will move them both back up into the top 2 spots. As now the fight for the lead is on again. The 19 of Sir Gillian's to the inside of the 12. Oh, the 19 makes a late block on the 2. The 2 makes a great save. The 12 goes up the track. And through all this, look who breaks into second. It's the 1 of Bullseye. As we just saw him on that lap go below the white after getting loose out of 2. Now we see him up here in second. And now could potentially be fighting for the race lead as he's going to duck to the inside of the 19 and shoot it into turn 3. And the 9 of Tristan Dobbs elects to go with the 1. They make contact through 4. And that will give Bullseye the lead. And he will lead them to what I believe should be about 24 laps to go. Still a lot of racing left and still many, well, not many, but at least 1 or 2 more pit stops to be made here before this one's over. Next stop should be within the next 7 to 8 laps. Look at the racing we see through this top, I want to say 7. It is the top 7. This is some of the best racing we've seen all season. And Bullseye right now is loving the fighting going on behind him as his lead continued to grow. But now as everybody starts to level it out, they start to close back in. And now the 9 and the 2 go side by side, and look what that does for our leader. Look at the lead he gains because of everybody behind him going side by side, having to play more defensive than offensive. The 2 gonna dive bomb it. Whoa, a lot of cars going everywhere. in behind him. The 9 of Tristan Dobbs. The 19 of Sir Gillians. That is likely to bring out the yellow. And that is the 3 of BDR. JFK's Cranium and the 53 of Yokeman. That is likely to bring out another yellow, and it does. Another huge car pile up. About 4 or 5 cars collected up into that one. Man, oh man. This actually works out because they were just about 3 to 4, potentially 5 laps away from their next green flag stop. So this works out wonderfully, as now they can just easily make it down pit road. Might shuffle up some positions, but it'll also be easier for me because I can tell you where everybody's at. What a job by Bullseye. Letting everybody fight behind him while he just drives away. We've seen him involved in every wreck. You can see it from the bumper, front bumper of that one car. That hood is completely caved in. He's driving using the walls, not the track. Just to be able to see, know where the braking zones are, where the corners are. Which I don't think you can see a whole lot out of that hood right now. But how will things go down pit road this time? I want to see where, in fact, everything lines up. The 95 elects to go fuel only. Still on the lead lap. Look at this car. This car looks like it's been in the game of Wreckfest here. That front bumper is completely mangled. He chooses track position here. Meanwhile, everybody behind him chooses tires and fuel. Seen this not work out well for the 95 of Big Dog, but we will see if it does this time. Right now it's all about the restart. Alright, but here we go. Coming out of turn 4 into the Geico restart zone. And green flag is out. The 1 of Bullseye jumps out to a commanding lead as they go into turn 1. 95 dropping fast as he's going to get split in the middle. Look at everybody dodging and weaving. Old tires not able to do the trick here. 95 jumps up to the higher lane. Everybody able to go by on the inside. And we move back to the leaders. The 12 of Mudweiser and the 1 of Bullseye break away from the rest of the field. What can the 12 do? We have about 20 Sorry, 18 laps to go. Coming this time to 17 laps left in this race. A full 100 laps. What a bad break. Some of these other drivers. Look at everybody that got held up by the 95. Look at how far back they are. Now we'll go back into the field. We see the 19 of Sir Gillian's. Oh, makes contact with the 88 of JE coming out of 4. As the 19 tries to work himself back into the top 5, and he does with a little help now from the 42. The 12 and the 1 continue. Excuse me, to stay side by side here. Here comes the 9 of Sir Gillian's looking to... sorry, not Sir Gillian's. Tristan Dobbs looking to work himself as well back up through this field. Try to get himself back into contention. Now we're looking at the 2 of Racing Freak trying to close into these front 2. Now the 12 of Mudweiser. Just looking to stay with this 1 car. We should be able to make it to the end, I believe, on fuel. We shouldn't see any more pit stops unless more yellows fly. But now we see a battle for the lead. The 12 of Mudweiser shoots it to the bottom. The 1 going to ride it way up on the wall. We'll see what will happen here. The 12 will easily be able to clear the 1. A bullseye. But here he comes. Gets a good run out of 2. But elects to stay behind the 12. Mudweiser now your race leader. As here comes the 19 of Tristan Dobbs to the inside of the 24 JRC Indy. He will take away 4th. JRC back to the inside though. And he will take back the 4th spot. The slide job worked, but the counter even better from JRC Indy on the 19 of Sir Gillian's. Oh, as the 1 gets loose again out of 2. Now lost him about a car length on the 12 of Mudweiser. Now as we see 12 laps to go this time around. Mudweiser back in control of this one. What can we see out of the 1? What can we see out of the 3 drivers behind these 2? As now it looked like there was only 2. The 24 at JRC Indy comes down pit road. We might actually need to take green flag pit stops here. I have no idea. I do not see the fuel window at this time, so I don't know when these guys are going to run out. But judging by the 24, they will not be able to make it to the end, as we have 11 laps to go. The 19 now up to 3rd. He and Racing Freak looking to close the gap to 1st and 2nd. They are closing it. 10 to go. That gap is getting smaller. What we've seen out of this 19 is nothing short of incredible. Fighting through the field, we saw him be a lone dog way out from the lead pack and work his way not only back to it, but moving up through it and gaining spots. Now we see him doing it again, this time taking the 2, who shoots wide, but gets loose and shoots to the bottom. Now here comes Sir Killian's. Now to the bumper of the 1. Now we have 8 laps to go. Now here he goes. The 19 of Sir Gillian's going to shoot to the inside of the 1 of Bullseye. Oh, but he'll get loose into 2. A lot of drivers getting loose. Coming out of turn number 2. But now we see Sir Gillian's. He will come down to make that final pit stop. That leaves just the 12 of Mudweiser on the race lead and the 1 of Bullseye. Behind him, there you see in the background the 2. The 2 of Racing Freak. And now there you see the 2 ducking below. The white, he will make his way down pit road. When will we see the 12 and the 1 come down? There are now 7 laps to go. Or sorry, 6 laps to go. Will we see them come down this time? We hear the 12 letting off. And we do. Here comes the 12 and the 1. They gotta hit the brakes hard. I do believe everybody made it down. So now we go to the 19. Six now laps to go. There's the 2 of Racing Freak. He comes out behind the 19. Here comes the 2 out of his pit stall. The 1 shortly behind him. The 1 actually is going to lose a lot of time. Where is the 19? Look at everybody in front of him. The 9 leads the pack of cars. The 9 of Tristan Dobbs leading the pack of cars, trying to chase down the 12 and the 1. There you see them in the distance. As we come to 4 laps to go. Mudweiser to a clear advantage. What an unfortunate circumstance for everybody behind these 2. Can the 1 close the gap? The 1, the only car right now in position to take the fight to the 12 of Mudweiser. There's now the fight for third going on between Tristan Dobbs and Sir Gillians. 3 laps left to go as the 12 crosses the line. Now move the 19 of Sir Gillians into third. But is there enough time? I do not believe so. The fight remains between the 12 of Mudweiser and the 1 of Bullseye. 5, give or take, seconds between first and that second pack. Led by Sir Gillians, now led by the 2 of Racing Freak. 2 to go. Here at Auto Club, the 1 has made up no ground on the 12. We see lap traffic. I believe that is the 53 of Yokeman, and it is in fact the 53 of Yokeman. And now the white flag will wave for the 12 of Mudweiser. You see them going 3 wide behind them, but the leader crosses the white. The next flag will end it. The 1 doing everything he can to try and close the gap, but the gap too great. The 12 down the backstretch into turn 3. Here he is coming out of turn 4. Everything is clear sailing as the 12 of Mudweiser will go back to back as your winner at Auto Club. The 1 Bullseye will finish in second. Tristan Dobbs in the 9 in third. Racing Freak in the 2 and will finish in 4th. Sir Gillians comes across 5th. We'll round out your top 5. JE Racing in 6th. JFK's Cranium 7th. JRC Indy falls all the way down to 8th. 9th will be Boss of the Sauce. Zach in the 42 will finish and round out the top 10. What a run by these drivers. Yokeman, I believe he will come through 11th, and a lap down will be the 95 of Big Dog. And that is your race here at Auto Club. Take a look again at your winner, the 12 of Mudweiser. Got it done when it needed to be. And we just want to thank everybody for watching tonight. If you liked what you see, please comment or like and subscribe. It definitely help out the league. If you're looking to become a potential sponsor, definitely look to get in touch with that the driver of the 19, Mr. Sir Gillians. But that will do it for me up here in the booth. I want to thank you guys for showing up and watching here tonight, and wishing you all a good rest of the night.